to my house.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Ty here, back at it again with another budget deck profile, and here we have HANTA SERO version 2. I did a version 1 already. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and look back at the other budget deck for this version 1. Version 2 is a little bit different, a little bit more aggro. It still has the controllability, but it's really neat. Before we begin, make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click on your notification if you have not yet, so you can be up to date when I place do another content and I release release another content video. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So here we have HANTA SERO version 2. He is a 6-handed, 26 health, has air, order, and water. His enhance is your attack, discard one card from your rival's card pool. Your attack gets +3 speed, draw one card. So, and it's only during your attack. So this card is really neat. I mean, they start blocking. The more they block, it doesn't matter anyway. You fill their card pool. You might play cards to fill their card pool. If they block it, it's cool because then you can just remove it. You discard it and give it +3 speed, and then you get to draw more cards. So it's really neat. Then you have a twice per turn, commit one foundation. Your rival commits a foundation. So you commit a foundation, make your rival commit a foundation. Use that more on defense, it really helps. He's a very interesting character. Not many people playing him right now. He has pretty good defense. He kind of is just really annoying. He just constantly just pokes at you until he just weeds you down and then you die. So let's see what attacks we go with. Starting out, we have 4 downward Frost Strike, Frost Spike, downward Frost Spike. Some of y'all may have already looked at my other videos like the Shoto version 2, where Shoto version 2 talks about it. If you haven't yet, if whichever one I have out first, like I said, you'll see more about this. This is a really good card, allows you to pump out more damage, 3 low for 4. Your next attack, your next punch or range attack gets +3 damage. You have a lot of punches and range attacks in here, and it allows you to really get crazy. It makes them either block or they can choose not to block. They're gonna block your next attack. That's even better. So then you have Deadlock, Enhance, Stun 3. Really good, cool. Next we have 3 Tape Stream Jab. Has punch and range, so it's gonna go off with downward Frost Spike. Has the enhance, your rival as the top card of their discard pile to the card pool. See, so it lets you fill it in, gives it, and that allows you to then kick it out and give it +3 speed, so it becomes a 6 mid for 4 damage, and then you get to draw a card. So it's even right. So if you combo with it, you can go here and then go here. So now this comes with this becomes a 7, and then you do the enhance to make them fill their card pool, and then you kick it out, so then it becomes a 6 mid for 7 damage. I mean, little neat. And then you get to draw a card. Then it says if a card has left your rival's card pool during the combat phase, change the zone of this attack. So really neat. It's really nice. Self-explanatory after that. Just start setting up for more things. Filling your rival's card pool really gets hard for them to deal with you. Then we have Rapid Tape Strike. This is really neat. Range, Stun 1. Really cool. 4 high for 4. SERO Enhance, since your character is SERO, you can use it. Commit 1 foundation. This attack cannot be blocked by mid blocks. Neat, cool. You're like, all right, that's all right. So really, if you do this, they have to block with the high. They can't block it with a low if you decide to do it. That's not really why I use it. I use it more for this enhance. Enhance, commit 1 foundation. If this attack is not blocked, your rival discards a card. And it's just like a lot of times your rival may not want to block it because they're like, well, I don't want to give him something to where he can kick it out, draw a card, and give something +3 speed and make it harder to block. So sometimes they may not block it because they also think it's a 4 damage, and truthfully, that's what you want. This says you better block it. If you don't, either way, I'm taking a card from your hand. One way or another, either you're blocking it or you're going to discard the card. So it's a really good card, good setup card. Next we have Eat My Sticky Balls. Yeah, that name just really gets them. It's something. Anyways, Fury range has 4 is a 4 high for 4. Same situation, same difference. A lot of this, you're going to see a pattern in how I make this deck is there's a formula, and that is if this attack is not blocked, add the top card of your rival's discard pile to their card pool face up. So if you notice, every time I'm playing cards that's going to have my character, my rival, either discard a card or place a card in their card pool, one way or another, this says a card is going in the card pool whether you like it or not. Either you're going to block with it or you're going to add one from your discard pile. So it's really neat, and it sets up for HANTA SERO to do some things. Then lastly, we have 4 Grasping Tape Toss. Really good card as well. Really neat because this card definitely says you better block it too. If you don't block it, I'm committing one of your foundations. I stun one. Has Deadlock, add 2 rival foundation to the bottom of your deck. Really neat. If they already have a card in their card pool, you say, cool, I'm gonna kick it out, draw an extra card, give it +3 speed. So now it becomes a 5 mid for 5. Really good. This Grasping Tape Toss is so good. It always deals damage. Moving to the foundations, we're running 1 Struggling with Studies. This is a really good card because it says Enhanced Flip. If this is your rival's 3rd or greater attack this combat phase, add 1 card from your card pool to your hand. So if you've been blocking and everything, and they go to throw their last attack or their 3rd or more attack, and you're like, oh good, that's neat, I'm gonna pick this block up and I'm gonna play it again to be able to survive longer. Also, response before one of your rival foundations would be flipped. Sorry, before one of your foundations would be flipped due to your rival's effect, flip this foundation instead. So if somebody's targeting stuff to flip, you can just flip it with that. So neat. Then we have choosing a hero name. This is neat. Commit after your attack gets a damage penalty due to your rival's non-character effect. It gains +4 damage. So somebody might not want to take some damage, and they lower the damage of your attack, and you're like, cool, thank you for doing that. Now I'm giving it +4 damage. Add this card to your card pool face up, face down. This punch or range attack gets +2 or -2 damage. So good on defense, and also to kind of pump that extra damage. That's what this is for too. Next, we have 2 of the Drowning in Resentment. Really neat because of the stun. You'll be able to buff stun attacks. You do have stun attacks, and it also has the flip effect that if a card leaves your after a card leaves a discard pile due to your rival's non-character effect, they add the top card of their deck to their card pool face down. So card pool filling, really neat, really good. We have Traveled by Tape. Some of y'all are already told already, this is a really good card because what it does is it allows you to flip it after you block an attack. You pretty much remove the card that you blocked with. So it removes a card out of your card pool, and you continue to, well, it says discard, sorry. Discard is different from remove. Discards from the card pool allows you to continue on blocking for free and not having to hurt. And it also has the ability to remove, to actually change the zone of the attack, so that way you can block it on the right zone. Next, we have 1 Graceful Maneuvers. Enhanced Commit. This attack gets -2 speed. This attack gets -1 speed for each card in your card pool. So it's good because you go to -the speed, and if you've been blocking, and -1 speed for each card in your card pool. Really good, really neat to work some things out. Making a Stand controls your opponent, your rival's momentum, and also gives your stun attack +1 damage. So like I said, Sero has a problem a lot of times dealing more damage, and this helps pump that damage in. Next, we have the defense card, Ice Gliding. This is good. I told y'all already in my Todoroki deck profile, budget deck profile, commit, attack gets -2 speed or +1 speed. I use it more for defense. If it is blocked, the next attack gets +1 speed or -1 speed. So you get to choose that at the time. Really good. Next, we have 2 of the Surviving the Final. Once per turn effect, minus the speed, make it easier to block. That's pretty much it. You can minus the speed, and then you can even do Sero's ability, commit it afterwards, and make them commit a foundation. Commit cards on their turn, so that way you have more reason to kill them on their turn, on your turn. 2 Selfassured. All your attacks are range attacks, except for Downward Frost Strike. But mainly this allows you to not only change zones, but it also allows you to draw more cards when you need them. You're feeling the Carpool. Creepy Realization is a really good card. Commit. This attack gets -1 speed, or I mean -1 damage, or +1 damage for each card in your rival's card pool. This card is really good for defense and offense if you're trying to kill. We're running 4 tape. Self-explanatory. Really good. You take the card. I mean, if it's a zone that you don't have, but you can't block or whatever, you don't have a low, you need a low or something, you just use this, change it to a mid because you have a lot of mid blocks in here, and it'll make it easier. And then if it's a mid attack, you get the minus the speed by 2, so it helps you play defense. So you can be like, all right, minus the speed by 2, then I'm gonna do this, commit it with HANTA SERO's ability, and make them commit a foundation. So it's really neat for playing into some stuff. Coming to the last few cards, Desperate Times. This is a good response. Makes your rival commit a foundation after they draw any number of cards. So you just flip it, they draw any number of cards, you flip it, make them commit a foundation. Even neat, because then if they decide to do something else, you're like, HANTA SERO, commit, make them commit another. So you really want to commit your rival out. Lastly, we got Gotcha. Gotcha is really neat because it says response after this attack is committed. During the enhanced step, this attack gets +1 speed or -1 speed, playable while committed. So if you do HANTA SERO's ability, commit this card, it will minus your, if you do it on your opponent's turn, it'll minus the speed by 1, and you're making them commit a foundation. So it's really neat. If you do it on offense, you just plus the speed. So it's really good. It helps win games, but it also slows your opponent down. And there you have it, guys. HANTA SERO version 2. It's a really fun deck, really neat. Just kind of pokey. You got to play a little bit more defense. He can really build up, really control your opponent to a certain point. Now, this is just budget. Like I said, you can definitely doctor it up the way you want and really get a kick out of him. He just really starts building up and drawing cards and replacing cards out of his hand after he's dealt damage, or after he's they add cards in a Carpool. So definitely check them out. I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. I'll make sure I have something in the description with where these decks, where the decks profiles are, to kind of help you guys out. But really, just pay attention to the videos, and you'll see, man. Like, test out the deck. Hope you enjoy it. Love you guys. Take care. Make sure you subscribe. Peace.